In this series about building reports with CM 2012, we're going to go with the following scenario: that we have a manager that would like to have some reports concerning system names, operating systems, clients, and that client activity. We're going to start with a base report, and we're going to build on it from there in subsequent videos. So with this first one, we're going to say that our boss wants to know system names, operating system names, clients, whether they're installed or not, and activity of those systems that have clients. So we're going to start with that. We're going to create a system SQL-based report, and we're going to name that port OS details. We're going to give it a path, and we're going to put that under, let's just say, management reports. Click Next. Next, let that report get created, and then we'll continue with the next piece. Once you've created the report within the Configuration Manager console, SQL Report Builder will bring up the Report Builder screen, and that's what you see here. What we're going to do in this case is we're going to create a table or a matrix report. We're going to create a new data set. We're going to connect to our CM environment. I'm going to use the current Windows user. And that will bring up this screen here, which is where you can begin editing your SQL query. I always like to do an edit as text. It's a little easier because you can see results quickly. I've already preloaded the query, and then you'll just click this exclamation point to test that to see if it's running correctly. So let's expand this and see if we've got a report that we want. So we have a system name, an operating system name, whether the client is installed, and whether that client is active. You can see here we have some that are not installed. And now that we know that our query is working correctly, we'll go ahead and click Next. In this box, what we'll do for a table report is we're going to select your fields, drag them to the Values area, and click Next. I'm going to stick with the default report, default schema, and now we are ready to start designing the report itself. So now you've got a nice display of how this will look to your end users. We want to expand some columns because some of these names will of course overrun. So select your column, grab the column here, and move it out. Operating system names are a little longer. Sometimes systems names get longer. Let's shorten these up because there's only a 1 or a 0 in there as a value. And now let's make the names more sensible. Take the 0 off of that, and we will add system to the front. We'll take this whole section out of here. Take the zeros off of here. Oops. And let's go ahead and center these two columns. So just like normal, you would hold the Control D down to multi-select, hit the center item here, and now your column's centered. So let's take a title. Let's make a title. So we're going to go to the Insert tab, grab the text box tool. We're going to drag a text box down here, and we will go ahead and center that. We're going to bold it. We're going to increase the type to, let's just say, a size 14. And we'll call it Operating System Details. And I don't like the way that looks, quite frankly, so we're going to select the box. We are going to change the font to white. We're going to add some fill here. We're going to fill it with a dark blue, so it looks a little more like our base report. Now what you can do is just drag these out until they snap, and drag this down until the white disappears. Now you've got a base report. So let's take a look at this report now that we've completed that. Click the Run here to test it. Then we'll wait for it to load. There's the report. Looks good. So we're going to go ahead and save that report, and we are done creating our base report.